So, I guess you weren't expecting me to be this early. Well, it's kind of late for me because I haven't gone to sleep. I've been up all night. If you notice, the whole be respectful thing isn't in chat because I'm not going to be respectful. You know, I kind of. I did something stupid because shit kept playing in my head, you know? What happened to Chris Kirk? I don't know the guy. I have never even heard him speak. I don't watch conservative talk shows or any of that stuff. Okay. I don't really consider myself a conservative. I don't consider myself a liberal either. I consider myself a fucking American. First and foremost, before any other fucking label you want to put on me, I'm a motherfucking American. Let's get this clear, all right? And there's some members in my community. And if that means you unsubscribe from me, so be it. If you're going around celebrating anybody's death by violence, when someone comes up and shoots them, or you saying, hey, we need to take this sector out, we need to do this to this sector, get the fuck out. I don't want you here. It sickens me. I find it disgusting. I find it really, really heinous. Whether you're talking about a Democrat governor, senator being shot, or a Republican governor, senator, president being shot, and you're celebrating it, fuck off. If you're happy that trans people get beat up, are you happy that gay people get beat up? Fuck off. This whole idea of tribalism that's been plaguing society for the last 15 fucking years. I'm going to tell you a secret. There's only one tribe. It's called the human race. Because when you cut yourself, you bleed red. When the black man cuts himself, he bleeds red. When the yellow man cuts himself, he bleeds red. When a trans cuts themselves, they bleed red. We're all human. Now we don't have to agree about everything. But we don't have to get to the point where you think that someone's saying something is so disgusting, so deplorable that you reach for a motherfucking gun and kill them. Well, at that point, if you're cheering and you're going, yay, 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 slap a motherfucking swastika on your arm, start goose stepping down the road, and say, hi, Hitler. Because you're the real fascist. Because you do not want anybody to have a different opinion of you. Of what you say is the right way is the only way. And that happened in 1930 Germany. Because if you're doing that, you're the fascist. not Trump, not Elizabeth Warren, none of that. If you're saying that someone needs to die because they have a different opinion than you do, you're the fucking fascist. Let's make that perfectly clear. Because that's what led to gas chambers, people. Somebody was different and they had to die. It's disgusting. I was on Twitter pretty much all night. I wasn't really posting, and I was just watching. And it got more and more disgusting, both on the right and the left. It got fucking disgusting. We've got people talking about becoming radicalizing. Oh, they killed him, so I feel we should start shooting back. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because you want to know where that type of thinking leads? I'll show you where that leads. Right there. That's what that type of thinking leads to. I know exactly where I was when that happened. I was working in a car lot. A buy here, pay here place. And the boss had the TV on. And I was washing cars. And all of a sudden he yelled, "Fuck! You need to see this." I come in, I see one of the Twin Towers on fire. Then we saw the other plane fly in. Over 2,000 people lost their lives. And there were people cheering and happy that they died. What makes you any different than them? If you're sitting there cheering for a death, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Charlie Kirk. I don't care if it's a Democrat governor or a Democrat senator or a Republican governor or a Republican president. You might as well just get on a fucking plane, take control of it, and try to fly it into a fucking building. Because you're no different than they are. Killing people just because they don't have the same point of view as you do. Well, start yelling jihad. Or put a swastika on and just goose step down the road because you're a bunch of fucking fascists. And if you're like that in my community, unsubscribe. I don't want you here. I don't need you here. Because that's not who I am. Not as a content creator or as a person. When I started yesterday's stream, I kind of talked about what happened, and I did cheer up a little bit. Not because I knew I'm a fan of Charlie Kirk. I never even heard of the guy. I cheered up because somebody lost a husband. 2 little girls saw their father get shot in front of them and die. You're cheering for that. That's what you're cheering for. Yay! The little girls got to see their daddy bleed out his neck and die. Well, get on a fucking plane and try to fly into a building. because you're no different than they are. Everybody is angry. Everybody's outraged. Now, this is my question. Why? Because of social issues? I'll solve your social issues right now. You want respect? You got to give respect. If you vilify somebody and they start acting like the villain because you kept on her saying you're a piece of shit all the time, don't be surprised if they act like the fucking villain. Don't be surprised if they stop caring. Because quite frankly, they just want you to fucking go away and leave them alone. Because you're not showing any respect to them. So why should you expect any? It mystifies me. All right. And a lot of these social issues are quite frankly bullshit. They are. They're bullshit. It's not a black and white thing. It's not a black and yellow thing. It's a human thing. Because as soon as you recognize that every person you walk down the street is a human being, well, guess what happens at that point? You stop worrying about the color of their skin. You stop going, hey, I'm going to go across the street because that type of person's walking down this way. You start respecting people. You may not agree with them. You can have a civil discussion about your viewpoints. But understand, an idea, a perspective can change with a civil discussion. Ideals, or let's just say a platform, doesn't really change because you're no longer talking about ideas. You're talking about almost like a religious zealots. I've already said this on stream. I'll say it again. I voted for Trump. Why? I don't like Trump. I don't like how he behaves. I don't like how he speaks to people. I don't like the man. But I voted for him. Why? Because I thought Harris was worse. In my opinion. And that's my right as an American citizen to vote for who I think is going to do a better job in office. If you want to vilify me for that, that's your fucking problem. It's not mine. I'm not asking you to like it, but I am asking you to respect it. Just like if you voted for Harris, I respect your decision and your reasonings for it. Just because we don't vote for the same people doesn't mean we can't be friends. It doesn't mean we can't have a discussion. It doesn't mean we are enemies. I don't think less of you because you vote for Harris. Don't think less of me because I voted for Trump. I made a hard choice. It was practically a no-win situation, really. So I did something I don't typically do. I picked the lesser of two evils. In my opinion, Trump was the lesser of two evils. And apparently I wasn't the only one. Yeah, we have 8 people here. Yeah, cool. You know, and it's easy to get wrapped up in politics, social issues, and all that. And some people take it to the length of fanaticism. You know, you got people on both sides of the aisle saying they're going to ruin the country and making outlandish claims and all this stuff. Well, quite frankly, both sides need to shut the fuck up. You're not helping. On 9/11, when those towers fell, this country came together. There was no Democrats. There were no Republicans. There were no independents. There were Americans. For a short period of time, this country was one. Where we were moving forward together. But what happened? Well, a lot of things happened. Mostly it became political. Like everything else, like what's happening to Charlie Kirk. It's no longer, it's all about politics. It's not about a man died and someone lost a husband, 2 children lost their father. It's politics. Or he said all this stuff. He said all this. Do you really give a flying fuck about what he said? Does it really, did his opinion matter that much to you? That you're going to cheer at the fact that he's dead? Have to get something to drink. I'm drinking coffee. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for this, by the way. I'll never fucking apologize for this. For the stream or what I've said. You can sit here and try to argue with me. You can say I disagree with you, which is fine. You can disagree with me. I've always said you can disagree with me. I don't have a problem with that. I know I don't have all the answers. I know that my perspective is not the same as everybody else in the world. You know, I got people from Brazil here. I got people from all over the world tuning into my streams. I know my American perspective and my experience with American culture is not the same as the people in Brazil. It's different because their society is different from what I grew up in. Hell, my perspective is different than the 30-year-old that grew up on the internet. And it does not necessarily mean just America. I mean, in general, my life growing up is a lot different than your average 30-year-olds because they basically had the internet. When you guys started school, by the time you were in the 3rd grade, you were working on computers. Hell, where I live at, kids are getting laptops in pre-K from the school. There's no longer textbooks. There's laptops. So I grew up where you had to go to the library. You rode your bike everywhere you want to go. If you wanted to get McDonald's, you literally had to get in a car after you begged your parents and drive there and get McDonald's. We didn't have DoorDash or Uber Eats. Hell, for a while, if you wanted a pizza, guess what? You had to go pick it up yourself. And, you know, that's how I grew up. We didn't have DoorDash until I was about 12 years. I was 12 when we finally got pizza delivery. And it wasn't fucking Domino's either. So my life experiences is a lot different than the ones that are 30-year-olds. Your life experience, the 30-year-old's life experience is going to be a lot different than the next generation. Well, the next generation is going to have fucking AI. The thing is, these issues that everybody is dying for are going to exist still, even 50 years from now. But we can change that. I'm not saying there won't be societal issues. What I'm saying is we can respect each other and have a civil discussion about it. What's really lacking, and I kind of blame the internet for it, not 100%, but 50%. People don't talk face to face anymore. They'll talk on their cell phones, do FaceTime and all that shit. But they don't go to your best friend's house on a regular basis or daily. They can play games online. They don't have to leave their fucking houses. When video games came out, hey, you want to play video games? Whose house are we going to? You know, let me, you know, we got 7 people now. Yes, I got 77 followers. I lost 1. I had 78 last night. Hey, Clankers, JP, Hero. You know, hey, thanks you guys being here and being in chat. Yeah, it's been a rough week. Yeah, you can say that. Metal Gear 2 predicted this. This is why I found strange. I got majority of my subs because I started talking about Cinder. We can come together, and people whoever left liked me because I talked about Cinder and our viewpoints are aligned with that. But as soon as I hint or do a little memorial, that was unacceptable for a human being that died. I mean, come on. Really? We could be, as long as you agree with me about a VTuber, a man dying, no, fuck you. Why do you feel bad about it? Because it's a fucking human being. You know? And I'm not one of those people who are sitting here going, oh, we need to go after the libs or we need to go after the Democrats. I'm not doing that shit. way I see it, everybody is to blame for all of it. From the girl getting stabbed on the bus, from the Democrat senators being shot, to the Democrat governor, someone trying to kill him, Republican senators being shot at, Trump being someone trying to assassinate Trump. We're all to blame because we allowed ourselves to be manipulated by media, by content creators to form our opinion instead of taking the time to form our own. Whether you're in America, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Japan, instead of just flying off the handle, this is going to sound familiar, by the way. Instead of just flying off the handle, well, look at some facts. You know? Are all Muslims extremists? No. I know that for a fact. I've been in Muslim homes. And they're very grateful. They're very polite and pleasant people. We're nice people. I've been, you name the race and religion, I've been in their homes. I've been in trans people's houses. I have been in gay people's houses. Oh, fuck, I've been in a nudist house. I mean, come on. It doesn't matter how you classify yourselves or how society classifies you. A good person is a good person. And you could slap a political label, Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever, and still be a good person. Politics is a very small part of a person. And politics changes a lot. The political views change. I say this now. When I was in my 20s, I was a Democrat. Hardcore. I would never vote for a fucking Republican. Now I'm not. I'm not a Republican either. Because I don't like fucking labels. I'm an American. I'd rather be... What party are you of? The American Party. The same one you should be a part of, because the first thing you ask, are you American? That's how you're going to identify me as American. I don't prescribe to political labels. Because that also becomes your fucking identity. Just because a conservative died yesterday isn't a reason to cheer. It isn't a reason to celebrate. Regardless if you didn't like what he said. It's a reason to be concerned. It's a reason to reflect. It's not to go on TikTok and dance and cheer and all that shit. Because now you're just being a disgusting human being. It's not... It's not a reason to celebrate. You know, this is how I think of it. If you're willing to celebrate that, and if you're willing to say, hey, that guy on the bus is mentally ill. Well, obviously, most people who kill other people have a mental fucking problem. It's not an excuse. it may sound harsh, it may sound mean, it may sound unsympathetic. I hope the motherfucker gets the electric chair. And I hope the governor or the elected officials that let him out of fucking prison 14 times are out of office. Because they're not worried about keeping people safe. They worry about optics. Well, I hate to tell you, and this is the truth, and you'll learn this as you grow. A lot of the times, doing the right thing is the unpopular thing. It's the hard thing. It's easy to sit there. Oh, all you illegal immigrants, you're American citizens now. The right thing and the hard thing is, listen, I know you came here for work, but you came here illegally. You have to go back. And when you do go back, try to come into this country the right way. I said this before. People are upset here in America about ICE arresting illegals and all that. I tell you what, try to cross into Turkey illegally. You'll get about 5 steps and you can get shot. They don't ask. They just fucking kill you. Very good. Try to cross illegally into Iran. Go ahead. Give it a shot. I wouldn't recommend it because you'd be dead. We don't do that here. People aren't being shot. They aren't being killed. They're being deported. Criminals who have committed crimes are going to jail. You know, people who have murdered people, robbed people, raped children are going to jail. Granted, it's not a very nice one, but hey, it's not my fucking problem. I didn't commit the fucking crime, did I? And these are some of the views from what I've understand that Chris Kirk spouted. And briefly touching on the religion part, listen, I don't think it was anything to do with his religion. Just because he was a Christian, I don't think he was killed for that reason. All right, there's a lot of fanatical Christians that are trying to make it out that way. But I don't think it was that. I just think it was because his political viewpoint, someone didn't like him. I mean, not even going to touch the fact that supposedly his bullets had trans propaganda on it. Because to me, you know what? That's fucking stupid. You know, you're just being a fucking moron at that point. How he put a manifesto on bullets? What the hell are you talking about? There's all these conspiracy theories and all this shit. No, fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Hey, they're doing signals, and you find out it was actually members of his security team. Giving like, hey, I don't, giving like a little hand signal. I don't see anybody, and confirm all that stuff. No, well, security does that shit. They do have hand signals. Stop looking for conspiracies. It's sort of like the image you see on the screen. People don't believe fucking jets flew into the Twin Towers. They think it was a control explosion. And I think they got dropped on their head when they were a baby a few times. Why did he fall straight down? Because they fell straight down. I mean, what, you think they're going to topple over? I mean, not all buildings topple over. Some buildings fall straight down. Stop looking for ridiculous ideas. And I've seen on X and I made a mistake. I actually put my headphones on and I listened to like MSNBC, Fox, CBS, and their coverage of the Chris Kirk stuff. Some of it's fucking disgusting. No, not some of it. All of it's fucking disgusting. They're using a man's death to push a political agenda. That, oh, Trump's to blame. Oh, fuck off. No, the guy who pulled the trigger, that's who to blame. You know? The guy who shot the gun, that's who's at fault. Not Trump. And you could try to twist it and all this stuff. Read between the lines. No, some sick fuck got a rifle and killed a man because he didn't like his point of view. Nothing more, nothing less. And we got people sitting there, or we had a guy saying, oh, because he said hateful things. Listen, I haven't heard anything Chris Kirk said. He may have said something. He says some things about Jewish people and black people and stuff like that. I don't agree with that. All right, I don't. I mean, it's a little bit too conspiracy theory for me. Is there too much violence in this country? Yeah, but it's not just one sector of the country doing it. Just like I'm sure in Brazil, it's just not one sector of Brazil that's fucking doing it. I'm sure like in Japan, it's not like one group is fucking doing all the violence. I think you can say that's pretty much true around the world. It's not just one group that's committing crimes. Sick fucks come in all shapes and sizes and colors. It's simple as that. I mean, this is the whole debate. How does someone become evil? Is it nurture or nature? A little bit of both, to be honest with you. You got people walking down the street punching other person just for the fuck of it. We got people taking fucking baseballs from kids. Why? What's wrong with them? Then we have people going after the fucking dad. What's wrong with you? Other than the fact that you're not married and have kids. Well, if I was in that situation, you weren't. And that's the truth. You weren't in that situation. So shut up. Until you are, you don't have a right to say a fucking word. And when you do, if you want to slap her or punch her in the face or push you down the other side of the seats, go for it. I hope you enjoy your time in jail. And I hope you like the fact they're probably going to take your kids away from you. We didn't think about that part, did we? And this is a lot of stuff that built up, you know. I mean, I take 2 days. I try to take 2 days off of Twitter. You know, if I'm on there for a very short time to like post a few memes, try to get a few laughs out of people, that kind of stuff. I try not to be too serious on social media, and I try to avoid making controversial posts, even though that doesn't work sometimes. But I love interacting with all of you. I do. And I'm aware of that, Clankers. You know, the fucking AI thing. Information bubbles, total breakdown of civil public debate. Well, kind of what, in my opinion, what's happened is the whole tribalism. Oh, don't talk to Republicans, they're Nazis. Oh, don't talk to liberals, they're socialists. No, we need to talk to each other. Because the only way we go forward is together. We got to work together to make improvements. That's the problem. It's like judges saying, hey, you can't deport the illegal immigrants. Did you just hear what you said? Are they here illegally? Yeah. Did you swear to uphold the laws of the country? Yeah. Then shut the fuck up and just put on your black robe and go away. They broke the law. We're enforcing the law. That's it. It's nothing more than that. If you're here illegally, you need to get the fuck out and do it the right way. But people can't comprehend that. Well, they've been here for 25 years. Well, for 25 years, they could have become a U.S. citizen, but they didn't. It's on them. Here's a little fact. My landlord, his father came here illegally and brought his family with him. That means my landlord came to this country illegally. You know what he did? He paid the fine and became a U.S. citizen. This was a long time ago. I think back in the 80s or 90s. He paid a fine. Granted, it was a big fucking fine, but he paid it and got a work visa and learned and did everything he had to do to become a U.S. citizen. What's so fucking complicated? This is what's blowing my mind. Everything is set up so you only hear opinions you already agree with. Yeah, let's face facts. That's true with everything, not just politics or social issues. I mean, hell, the VTubing community. I mean, we got strife in the VTuber community because, no, let's put it bluntly, people are doing some really fucking stupid shit. A lot of shit that should not be put out in a fucking Google Doc and released to the masses. A lot of it should have been handled behind the scenes. Unless you try to handle it behind the scenes, then put the Google Doc out. That's a Dora Bundy's case, by the way. That they Reddit tried to handle it behind the scene. They weren't letting her. They kept on bullying her. That's why she released a Google Doc. I get that one. But there's other things that have happened where it's not just VTubers, it's online. Oh, this person did this horrible thing to me. Well, what did he do? He cut my hair too short. Okay. Oh, this person did this horrible thing. What? He sold me a car with the wrong paint. Okay. Why are you telling me this? Why do I need to know? Someone said mean words. Okay. Why do I need to know? I don't agree with your opinion. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can come to an understanding. No, I've changed my mind. I'm just gonna fucking kill you. Oh, that makes sense. I said this yesterday. The dumbest way to change someone's mind is with a bullet. Because the only thing that's going to happen now, people are going to draw lines. You can go to X and you can see it happen. People are drawing lines in sand. The chasm is getting bigger. And it's not just happening here in America. It's happening in Brazil. Oh, I did? Cool. It's happening in Japan. It's happening in the UK. It's happening around the world. People are angry. Mostly at their government. Because they're allowing people to do heinous things without being punished. And people are tired of it. They're tired of being afraid. I'm okay. I didn't. My throat's dry and I need to get something to drink. People are tired of being afraid. They're tired that the government that's supposed to represent them are not representing them. And that's a worldwide problem. It's not just an American thing, it's a worldwide thing. Yeah, I'm fine. You elect people with the belief they're going to do the right thing for you and the country. That you, as a citizen of your country, you're the priority. Your needs come before anybody else in the world. When governments start worrying about people in other countries and want to bring them in and give them a whole bunch of fucking benefits, more rights than their citizens have, well, people get pissed. And it's a natural reaction. They didn't fucking vote for you. Hell, 5 years ago, they were trying to kill you. Or 10 or 15. When you have people, I mean, there is supposedly in Michigan here in the U.S. They're trying to get the Sharia laws in Michigan. You know, have a Muslim government in Michigan, in the United States. Yeah, that's not going to fucking fly. I've been to Michigan. Okay. It's not going to work. Going around telling people they can't have liquor, pork, and all this stuff. Yeah, there's going to be violence there. Yeah, supposedly. I mean, it's happening. I mean, in Japan, there's people going around. Oh, you can't have pork. You can't. You can't drink alcohol. In Japan, I was like, don't you haven't noticed the cult? You didn't learn about the culture of the country you're going to. If you don't like the culture, don't fucking go to that country. I'm not Muslim. If I can afford to get alcohol, I'll get alcohol. If I want to have a pork chop tonight, I'm going to have a fucking pork chop tonight. If I want to watch fucking porn on my computer, I'm going to watch fucking porn on my computer. And there's not a goddamn thing anybody can do about it. You know? And there's people who don't want me to do it. Once again, it's not my fucking problem. That's a you problem, not a me problem. I'm going to do it. And I don't care if you like it. If I want to have a drink, I'm going to have a drink. If I want to eat pork, I'm going to eat pork. If I want to watch porn, I'm going to watch porn. If I want to go buy a lottery ticket, I'm going to go buy a fucking lottery ticket. What the fuck are you going to do? Tell me no? Well, quite frankly, I'll laugh in your face and tell you to get out of my way, because I have free will. I have rights underneath the Constitution. And there's no law against it. So shut up and get out of the way. Even though people are trying to get laws passed about censoring things on the internet, but hey. If you go into a country and you want to be part of that society, you need to understand that culture before you decide to be a part of that society. They don't have to change to meet your needs. You have to accept that not everything there is going to make you happy. It's like if I go to Japan and I don't know how to speak Japanese, I know people are going to assault me in Japanese. As soon as I hear the word gaijin, I know they're not talking nicely about me. All right? You know, it's like if I go to Brazil, I don't learn anything about the culture of Brazil. And since I don't know anything about the culture of Brazil and not unknowingly do something to insult people in Brazil, that's on me. Brazil doesn't have to change their culture to meet my standards, okay? You know, it's lack of a better word to put it. It's fucking retarded. Yeah, so this kind of happened because, like I said, I didn't sleep really at all last night. I have all this shit floating in my brain, and since I have members of my community doing stuff I don't like, well, here we are. I'm voicing my disapproval of it. Let me make myself clear. You can freely disagree with me, with anybody. All right. If you want to have a discussion about something, we can have a discussion about something, whether it be political. I don't really talk about religion. Okay. I'm Christian, but I practice in my own way. I don't believe in organized religion. Are you confused yet? All right. No words. I don't believe in order for you to worship God that you need to go to a building and do it. You can you can pray in your house. And I don't force my religious viewpoints on anybody. I really don't talk about it because it's my perspective. My perspective doesn't work for everybody. If you're atheist, okay. Good for you. But don't insult me because I'm Christian. Don't sit there and say I'm stupid because I believe in God. Respect my choice. Like I respect yours. You're atheist, okay. Fine. You're not going to try to convert me? No. That's not my job. It's not my job to sit here and try spout political opinions and have everybody agree with me. Really. My job is to, the way I see it on this platform, is try to be entertaining, for me to have fun, and to build a community where everybody respects each other. That's my job. We can talk about VTubers and all that stuff, and we don't always have to agree about it. That's fine, you know? But as long as we respect each other, we're good. Do not sit and be a member of my community and cheer for someone dying. Unless that person's evil. If someone is just going around to college campuses having a civil discussion with people who are like insulting him and all this stuff, and I've seen videos where you had people literally go up to Chris Clark, insulting him, calling him names and everything, and he took it. He didn't do it back to him. He wasn't violent to anybody. You don't have to agree with what he said. You don't have to agree with the way he said it. But you have to respect that human life. Because that's what you want. If you want something, you're going to have to give something too. If you want people to respect your life, your right to breathe, well, you're going to have to respect other people's right to breathe. And soon as you lose that respect, well, look at the image behind my PNG. That's what you get. Because all of a sudden you'll find people that are like-minded as you, and then you'll start planning to do some really, really evil shit. And all of a sudden people are flying planes into buildings. Don't lose the respect for another person's right to live. You don't have to agree with what they're saying. You don't have to agree with the way they said it. If they're not being violent, you don't need to get violent. If you don't like someone who was elected to office, well, campaign to get them out of office. It's not that fucking hard. If you don't like how a company is run, you don't go up to the CEO and shoot him dead in the street. And I don't give a flying fuck how good looking you are. One, don't buy their product, regardless to what it is. Yeah, there's other forms, there's other insurance companies out there other than United Healthcare. That man didn't need to die. Especially since he was already under investigation by the federal government and was probably going to go to jail. No, the guy that shot him made it easy for him because now he doesn't have to face prosecution. And all you did was hurt his victims. Those victims of United Healthcare and that CEO won't get their day in court. Bravo. Way to go, you dumb son of a bitch. Frankly, I hope you get the death penalty because you don't deserve to be on this planet anymore. Hey, box. I'm probably not going to go on to too much longer because I really need to get some sleep. Like I said, I had all this shit running in my head, and the mistake that I made is when I got done with the stream last night, I went on X. I tried to go to another person's stream who I respected. He gave me some advice. I was like, cool, you're right. I shouldn't be doing that no more. I'm cool with that. Don't have a problem with that. And I left his stream, and Clanker knows. I had to tell him because he stepped away and said, "Hey, tell boss good night for me. I'm gonna go to bed." And I put like a story time video on, and I lay down. I'm sitting there laying down, and all this shit kept on going through my head, and I couldn't get my mind to calm down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, get something to drink, just kind of look at X. And what I saw on X, Twitter, really disappointed me. I mean, I was so tempted to respond to some of it, but I was like, no, don't respond to it. Don't add to the problem. And So I kept looking and looking, and it was like when I got up, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I thought, well, I'll get tired and I'll just go to bed. And before I know it, there was light in my window. It was morning, and I still hadn't gone to sleep. Because I got more and more disgusted with what I'm seeing. It just doesn't make sense to me. A lot of people are saying really deplorable things on both sides of the aisle. And from the little bit I've seen that's going on in other countries, it's not just here in America that this is happening. It's happening around the world. Yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette. Sorry. But and it kept all this shit just kept on jumbling in my head, where I'm sitting here, I was like, okay, I'm wide awake. I didn't feel tired at all. I went to the store, bought some stuff for breakfast and dinner, got sugar for my coffee, and came home. And then I did something stupid. I went to X again. And I kind of just like, I could sit here and reply to post, or you know what, I could just stream and get it all out. You know, just get it all out. I mean, I may delete the stream afterwards, or most likely I'll leave it up. But if I get it all out of my head and verbalize exactly how I'm feeling, maybe I can get some sleep. Because it's not that I'm depressed. It was that I was angry of what I was seeing. How everybody was acting. And I'm just looking around and going, none of you are doing anything really helpful. You know, then I saw someone that is maybe still, I don't know, in my community saying some pretty fucked up shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell no. That's not going to fly with me. That's not going to fly with me at all. I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber or anything like that. I know I'm just starting out, but I want to be very clear from the very beginning of what type of community I want. I want a community where we respect each other, regardless of anything. Regardless of what country you're in, what religion you're in, what sexual orientation you are, I want you all to respect each other. If I have a Shy Lily fan come into my chat, I want them to be treated with respect. You know? I know some of you in my community have a real problem with Shy Lily. But if one of her fans come into my chat, you will be respectful, or you will not be here no more. I'll ban your ass. You can probably watch my stream, but you're not going to be in my fucking chat. And my mods know that. Because if they catch you, they'll ban you. I mean, there's some that get a little close, like JJ, you know. He gets right up to that edge. But he knows when to back tone it down, back off. You know? But my community is going to be based on respect of each other, of other people who just happen to come to my stream and say hi in chat. I want them to feel welcome. I want them to know they'll be respected here, even if they have a different opinion. As long as they're respectful about it, cool. We can have a discussion. You go on Twitter and you say some heinous things about someone being killed, you're not a member of my community. You're not. I'll ban you. You don't have to worry about unsubbing. I'll get rid of you. Because I'm not going to put up with that bullshit at all. Now, understand, if someone like who was evil, who did some disgusting things, and you say, I'm happy he's dead, I get that one. You know? I mean, if we were in 1945 and the papers came out and said Hitler's dead, I wouldn't blame anybody from cheering. You know? Man did some pretty fucking disgusting things. Well, disgusting, he flat out was fucking evil. He was flat out evil. When Osama bin Laden was killed, I cheered. Well, look at the image. Now you know why I cheered. Because he was fucking evil. And I know today is Cinder's birthday. And I don't mean to the Cinder fans. I don't mean to rain or be... I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Let me put it that way. To the fact that it's her birthday. But I had to do this. I had to get this out. I had to. I just couldn't hold it in anymore. You know, this is one of the many methods that I use now that I have this platform available to me to help with my mental health. If something is bothering me, if something is stuck in my head and just won't go the fuck away, I'm going to stream. And even if I just had one person here, I'm going to stream and just get it out. Because I can't hold it in. It's not healthy for me because I have been having really bad headaches because of this stuff. Because I was angry. When I get angry, I get bad headaches. You know? Oh, it's on the 14th? Okay. Cool. I thought I saw on Twitter it was the 11th. All right. Cool. Now I don't feel so bad. All right. We're still going to have the feel good stream. And that's one of the reasons why I did this, so I can do the feel good stream tonight. Because if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do the feel good stream. You know? Here. That's why it wasn't showing. Okay. All right. Let me move me over a little bit. All right. You know me. One of the things I do to help with my mental, because I do feel a lot better now, and I do appreciate you coming here and listen to me just rant and rave, is I like, music is like my chill thing. And by the way, if you're pissed off, don't listen to Motley Crue, because it just makes it worse. You know, just saying. Disrespecting people takes too much effort. I'm too old and tired for that shit. And yeah, you know, I've always said, you know, it takes more work to be hateful than it's like just like, okay, go for it. You do, but do you? If it helps, every time you see something stupid or deplorable on social media, there's a 50% chance it was posted by a bot, not a real person. Well, the person who was posting stuff on social media was a member of my community. You know, one of the reasons why it really started, that's what got to me. It was a member of my community. And I'm not going to put up with that shit. I'm not going to put up with that shit. I don't think Boss would put up with that shit either. You know, you're not a member of my community if you're going to do that. No. That's another reason why I didn't come back into his stream, is because the way I was thinking, I didn't want to ruin his stream for him. No. Because I was angry, and I'm not going to go into his stream and going, I'm pissed off on blah, 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 and just fucking ruin his stream. Okay? Hey, that's being respectful, people. You know what? I love this video, so we're gonna play it.
リランソのミルフィーユサンド、とても希望のオーロラソース、大雑把な味付け多めに見てよ。美味しくなったらオッケーオッケー。いいも悪いもいっぱい食べて、汚れた口元拭います。おにぎりピザケーキ高価なフルコース、罠を疑い気をつけます。ああもうそういう元気後のバイキングで毒入りと絶品料理を見分けて、君ともぐもぐもぐもぐ、別ゲームの教室でもぐもぐ、君の両腹ペコの群れ、仲のいい君と生き残れたらいいな。もぐもぐもぐもぐ、数年後もこの場所でもぐもぐやみ確かに、今夜の晩ご飯はもぐもぐやみ確かに、次はお前の番だ。もぐもぐやみ確かに、やみやんありのまんま、もぐもぐやみ確かに、この世を味わうんだうまうま。せーの、もぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐやみ、もぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐもぐやみ、もぐ
All right, that made me feel a little bit better. Around probably hopefully at 8 o'clock if I'm awake. But tonight will be the feel good stream. There will be some horse videos in there too. I'm making somebody happy by doing that. And I promise that none of this shit's gonna come up during that time. It's the feel good stream. There will be no drama talking. There will be no politics or religion or none of that crap. And probably, hopefully, be back to my usual self, where I'm a little bit more the fun grumpy than the really grumpy. And I'm gonna go to sleep, get some rest, and try to move past all this stuff. Let me quickly wrap up chat here. There's also a 25% chance it's a stupid teenager, and 25% chance it's a political agent trying to intentionally start shit. So you really don't have to worry about it. Block them and move on. I muted them. Okay, if you mute someone on X, they don't get a message that they've been blocked. I just don't see the messages anymore. They don't know I can't see their messages. So there you go. The song gives me trauma because of Caillou's level of small Ami fan. Okay. All right. I've already eaten. That's one of the reasons why I went to the store. I had to get something for breakfast. All right. I'm not doing the usual YouTube thing. I'll just see you all tonight, and take care. And I'll see you tonight. Okay.